Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about the Kentucky Wildcats coming back from as many, I believe, as 18 points down in the second half to beat the Gonzaga Bulldogs 90-89 in Seattle, a bounce-back win. They willed themselves to a win. No Lamont Butler tonight. They lost Kirk Reese in the second half, like the middle of the second half. And they ran Jackson Robinson at point guard, and he looked good in the minutes he played at point guard. Just what an amazing comeback. 18 down. They played much better offensively in the second half. First half, they didn't play well offensively, and defensively they didn't either. But in the second half, they went to zone at times, and it worked. So crazy that they came back from 18 without Lamont Butler and still won this game. This is a big win on the road. And they won they went 1-1 on these two games, so it's a good bounce back win. I mean, Gonzaga's a good team. They got really good talent like Nembhard, EK, but they were really able to limit those guys in the second half, and they came out strong. It's like the second half adjustments and coaching by Pope may be the best I've ever seen in quite a while for Kentucky. Just what a comeback. Like, excellent. Andrew Carter was big in that second half, getting him in the paint, getting him easy looks. And Gonzaga didn't make many threes. They were like, 6 for 26 or something like that. And they overcome adversity. Jackson Robinson was a dude down the stretch. They were much better defensively with him at the point, and just mixing in the zone was obviously huge. They mixed in the zone, kind of threw him out of rhythm. But just not having Kerr out there getting cooked, I think, was K2. But he made some shots and drew two charges, so he had a good night. I was critical of him after Clemson, but he had a good night. Made a few shots and drew some charges. But Jackson Robinson was big in that second half. And we did luck out missing both free throws, but he tipped the ball. And then we went 15-15 until those last 3 misses at the line. But they never gave up. And I'm glad they ran Robinson to the point. That was a great decision by Coach Pope. Just great class of coaching by Mark Pope. I love knowing that if they don't have a great first half, you won't see the same crap in the second half. We did not see that same crap in the second half that we saw in the first half. Second half adjustments, down 2 starting point guards. You put Robinson at the point, and he made big shots in the second half, and he made some nice passes in overtime. Just a heck of a job. And I remember, I didn't jump off at halftime. I was like, I wasn't giving up, because with Coach Pope's team, they're never going to give up. And for all the people that jumped off Kentucky after they lost to Clemson, a good team on the road, and we're down by 16 at halftime, wonder where they all are at now. Wonder where they're at. Never gave up. And the team never gave up as well, showed hard. Andrew Carr and Jackson Robinson were the players of the game in that second half. They outscored them 45-29 in that second half. Just great. Jackson Robinson, 18 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. He was big in the second half. But his point guard play down the stretch was great. And that's just a wild game. And the more and more of a fan I'm becoming to Jackson Robinson, like, he's a shooter to point guard to winner. Just great development. He played a great game, and this game changed when Mark Pope started switching defenses, and the Zags were never the same offensively. Even with that, UK had to play down the stretch, and an OT without either of its point guards, and Jackson Robinson come up huge. He was 1 of 8 in the first half, by the way. 1 for 8. He only missed 1 shot in the second half and got the game-winning basket. Or the shot that made it 90-86. 18 points, 5 assists. And Andrew Carr and Jackson Roberts were great. 37 combined points, 15 of 27. The Premier Portal additions stepped up when they needed it. And we are a legit team. That one loss to Clemson, even when we lost to Clemson, I didn't change my mind. I wasn't jumping off the team. Sometimes you lose games. Happens. But they bounced back on the road. And it's going to be two top five. This is two top, I guess, 5 or 10 wins, however you want to put it. They beat Duke, who took down number 2 Auburn. And they beat Gonzaga, who's a good team. Kentucky just took them out of rhythm in the second half. Just the defensive adjustments is why they won. Andrew Carr played huge in the post, and Brandon Garrison stepped up big time as well. His defense was good tonight. Amari Williams was great in overtime. After an okay performance in regulation, wasn't great. Andrew Carr balled out. Jackson Robinson, then Amari Williams was good in that overtime. But yeah, Oway, 13 points, 3 assists, 6 rebounds for Ortega. Oway, Creasa, 8 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. He went out with a, I don't know what he went out with. It was like a cramp or an ankle or something. But no Lamont Butler, no Kirk Creasa, didn't matter. Mark Pope, keeping the faith. Isn't that right, John Rothstein? Keeping the faith. Just like the Duke game. Our grit, this team has grit regardless of the circumstances. And this team has it. Yeah, they may have lost to Clemson a few nights ago, but Clemson's a good team. They're going to make the tournament. And this is a good closing duo with Robinson and Carr. Yeah, we talked about Andrew Carr's stats: 19 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. He did miss those 2 free throws at the end, but then he poked the ball away so Gonzaga didn't get a shot off in the last second. Jackson Robinson to Oway. Amari Williams, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 2 blocks. He was great in that overtime. Brandon Garrison was big in this game. 10 points, 9 rebounds. He even made his first 3 of the season in this game. And his defense was pretty good on EK when he was in the game. So Brandon Garrison was big off the bench. Kobe Bria, 5 points, 7 rebounds. Almanor, 5 points, 2 rebounds. Just a great win. Another huge victory early on in this Mark Pope era. We talked about other stats here. Kentucky's a team. Shot 45%, 28% from 3. They really didn't do the damage with the 3-pointers. It was just getting to the paint with Andrew Carr and Jackson Robinson. And occasionally Maury Williams in the paint. They shot 83% from the line, rebounds 45-44. That was the problem in the first half, was the offensive rebounds. Gonzaga ended up with 18. But they had what? I don't know how many in the first half. Kentucky done a good job limiting that. Gonzaga got a few more at the start of the half, but then Kentucky done a much better job of rebounding. 7 turnovers by Kentucky, 5 from Gonzaga. It was just really the defense from Mark Pope that threw the Zags out of rhythm. And the Gonzaga Bulldogs missed a lot of free throws as well. 17 of 24, 70%. Missed a lot of free throws as well. But hey, Kentucky improves 8-1. What a win. This Gonzaga team's still good, folks. They had a lot of open looks from 3 that didn't go really until overtime. They ended up 6 for 27, 22%. But most of those looks didn't go until overtime. They had a lot of open looks in the second half that just didn't fall. I don't know if their legs were tired. I don't know. Nembhard ended up with 13 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds, 6 for 12 shooting. Putting Ortega away on Ryan Nembhard absolutely worked. That was another key, I thought. That really worked. Mixing in a matchup zone took some of Gonzaga's pick and rolls that they did, and they pressed Andrew Carr button repeatedly in that second half. But yeah, they limited Ryan Nembhard because he had like 7 assists in the first half. He only had 3 the rest of the game. EK 28 points, 4 assists, 11 rebounds for EK. EK, he normally just plays like 25 minutes a game. He had the game of his career, and they essentially led him pretty much a home game and lost. Because that's pretty much a home game. I mean, they're playing in Seattle. But he had the game of his life, 28, 4, and 11, but Kentucky did limit him in the second half. Battle, 13 points, 1 assist, 4 rebounds for Battle. Hickman, 9 points, 1 assist, 2 rebounds for Hickman. Ajayi, 4 points, 1 assist, 3 rebounds. Dusty Stromer, 6 points, 4 rebounds. Huff, 2 points, 3 rebounds, and Ben Gregg, 14 points and 7 rebounds. Yeah, Gonzaga outplayed Kentucky in the first half, 50-34. Kentucky outscores them 45-29 in the second half, and then wins overtime 11-10 to win the game with a final of 90-89. To improve to 8-1, Zag 7-2. Kentucky's next game, I believe, is against Colgate, which I'll obviously be here for. I believe that is on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Gonzaga drops 7-2. They now travel on the road to play the UConn Huskies Saturday, which should be an interesting one. But yeah, this was a hell of a game. Kentucky and Gonzaga delivered. Gonzaga dominated the first half. Kentucky dominated the second half. They really went back and forth the last few minutes. And then Kentucky outplayed them in overtime until they kind of let them back in it, hitting a few threes, but they were able to survive. So good win overall, 90-89. It's great adjustments. It's just so good to have a coach that makes adjustments, man. Going into a zone to throw off the defense. 37 combined points from Carr and Robinson, 15-27. The defense was great. Brandon Garrison showed some good depth. And this is a Gonzaga team that returned 81% of its scoring, and that's an impressive away win. That's just an impressive away win. So yeah, good win. This is a different Kentucky. Mark Pope's going to make adjustments. Even if they have a bad first half, they're going to make adjustments. Just want a response. So, yeah, beating Duke and the Zags in your first year as a coach, really impressive. So, 90-89, that's all I'm going to say. So, peace.